Hey everyone, it's Mr. Anderson here, going to explain to you our goal and practice assignments that from now on you're going to have every week. Now, there'll be some specific directions here. They'll look a little different from this because each week there'll be a couple of different choices that you'll have for a goal. Everyone is going to need to have two goals. One is what I call the responsibility goal, and they're going to have to choose that from a list of choices that are going to be in the directions. And the other one is a possibility goal. That is one that you get to choose on your own, something that you can't do today that you want to be able to do 1 week from now. Um, Again, all these should be achievable in a week. So having a possibility goal like I want to be the best trumpet player ever, while it's worthy that you want to be so great at what you do, it needs to be achievable in a week, and you're not going to be the greatest trumpet player in the world after only 1 week of practice. So attached to this assignment will be a page called Weekly Goals / Practice 2021, and it will have your name in the attachment. This is the master, so there's no name attached to it. And usually your attachments are over here in the upper right-hand corner, whereas mine are down here at the bottom. When you click on that link, it'll open up the Google Doc, and you're going to fill this out during the course of the week. In this spot here, these three spots, you're going to type in whatever the responsibility goal is. And again, you're going to choose that from a selection on the top of the directions. There's three boxes. In the top box, you'll write the title of the piece that you're working on from the choices that I've given you. In which part of the piece you're working on. Again, you're going to choose that from the choices that I've given you. And then the idea, concept, or skill that you're working on. For example, you might say, I'm working on March of the Squires from the beginning to measure 20, and you're working on articulation. Now over here is the possibility that's wide open and up to you. You need to choose a song and tell me which part of the song you're working on, and the idea, skill, or concept. For the beginners right now, it's really difficult for you guys to think of possibility goals because you don't know what's achievable in a week just yet. And for these first couple practice sheets, beginners, I'm going to ask you to leave the possibility side blank. But you will have a responsibility goal that you're going to need to record each week in this spot. Now, for beginners, most often it'll be like line 6 of the whole thing, playing the correct fingers. It'll be something fairly simple like that. The next section, you need to record which days you practice. The practice sheets always begin on Monday. That's when our week begins, since they're all due on Sunday. And during the course of each week, you'll put an X in the boxes for the days in which you practice at least 15 minutes. And you need to have at least 4 check marks in here to get full credit. You don't need to write the number of minutes, just an X representing that you practiced for more than 15 minutes. For you guys that are in 6th grade, 15 minutes is plenty. For you guys that are in 7th and 8th grade, you really should consider practicing more per day in the neighborhood of a half hour or more, especially since we don't have daily rehearsals, where we're sitting in the band room playing for an hour like we did once upon a time. This bottom section, reflection, I need you to rate your progress towards your responsibility goal and towards your possibility goal on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being total disaster and 4 being exceeds expectations. So if your goal was to play March of the Squires from the beginning to 20 and it was perfect, you can give yourself a 4. If at the end of the week you still don't know which end of the horn to blow into to make it work, that's probably a total disaster. So we want to be making progress towards that goal, but it's be honest with yourself so that you can diagnose what you need to do next week to do even better. Do the same with a possibility goal. How close are you to the expectation that you set for yourself? Also in the reflection section, you need to, in this section, type out a narrative that explains to me the sorts of things you did to help you reach your goal and how those activities helped you reach your goal. Now, this is only worth about 40% of your grade is filling out this page here. The big chunk of your grade is the recording that you must submit. So once you've filled this out, you're going to record yourself playing whatever your responsibility goal is. So whatever goal you typed in here from the choices that I've given you, so that I can hear your progress towards that responsibility goal. If you are feeling super awesome, you could also record yourself playing the possibility goal, and I'll hear both of those things. So everyone has to do the responsibility goal. Some people may choose to also do the possibility goal on their recording. Now, the recording you can do in any program you want, whether it's Screencastify or another program. You can do it on your Chromebook. You can do it on your phone or your parents' computer or whatever you've got. You will then need to use the plus add create button that's up here on your screen to attach that video file, whether it's by a link or by attaching the file from Drive or uploading the file from another source. You'll attach that file and then you'll be able to turn it in. You may not turn this assignment in unless you've attached the required things to it, unless you've filled out the weekly practice sheet, and unless you've recorded the video. Don't turn it in blank. I don't want to look at a bunch of practice sheets that look absolutely empty like this and have to give that person a grade, because I can't give you too many points for it if there is nothing on there to score. Finally, when it's time for me to score them, I'm going to use this rubric to score them. You can read through the rubric if you're curious how I give out scores. When I return this to you, there'll be different boxes in the rubric shaded in to describe why you got the score that you got in each category. That's it for now, guys. If you're unsure of what to do, please reach out and ask questions or rewatch the video. Don't just assume that you'll never get it and turn it in blank, because that is not what we do around here. Ask for help and I'll gladly help you. Thanks for stopping by.